I'm gonna be right back. Hi everybody, so welcome back to my channel. Today's video is going to be February favorites. I don't have a lot of them because I reached for a lot of the same products pretty much all February. Yes, I did. Anyways, so let us go ahead and get started. I'm gonna actually start with eyes and kind of not really get into the basics because I don't really have any basic favorites at the moment. My basic favorites were probably in my 2015 skincare. It hasn't changed, I haven't updated it. So I have no new skincare, but starting off with makeup, beauty, cosmetics, some of my favorites are the Makeup Geek shadows. I noticed that she was launching a lot of really incredible, fun new stuff, including the sparklers. And while those do have a few mixed reviews, like the jars and all that, I'm still really interested in checking them out in the future. And it made me want to reach for my palettes. I was like, oh my God, I forgot all about these. So pretty much all month I have been glued to these shadows, and I have received pretty much really positive feedback on my makeup pretty much all month. I would definitely say some days are better than others depending on how, I guess, influenced, inspired, or how, I guess, in the groove I am to get ready and feel a certain way. I think we all kind of feel that way. Some days we're just like, we're inspired, let's go for it, let's get the makeup going. Today I felt very inspired, even though this makeup look is very, very simple. But yeah, just very inspired to look, you know, artsy and fashionable. And today I'm actually wearing all Makeup Geek shadows on my brow bone from this palette. This is kind of like my colorfuls and my neutral palette. I reached for Vanilla Bean. I reached for Preppy in the crease. Preppy's actually one of my favorite crease colors. I feel like I have like a hair in my eye, that's why I keep blinking. But yeah, Preppy is one of my ultimate favorite colors for the crease. And Preppy is just sort of a nice, God, is that cool toned? It's very cool toned. And woo, I feel like I'm like out of the groove a little bit with this YouTube thing because I don't record as often as I used to just because I live with so many more people. You have to really find time to film. But Vanilla Bean and Frappe are, or Vanilla Bean and Preppy are my go-tos. Frappe is also one of my go-tos, which is this very, very, I don't know, kind of like a sandy brown color for sure. But so yeah, these top three, you need Vanilla Bean, Preppy, Frappe in your life. Another one that I reach for a lot, but happen to not be wearing today is Cosmo, which is the dupe of Expensive Pink. This duplicate of Expensive Pink is so much more just pinkier and inspired and has a true gold undertone to it, which is very unlike MAC's Expensive Pink. I think I've had a couple palettes with MAC's Expensive Pink in it, whether I bought it myself or I bought the 3-pound style that you load yourself, and I was never super impressed by it. I never really reached for it. MAC's Expensive Pink looks really good with MAC's Plum dressing. So that being said, if you really are like not a pink shadow person, kind of dress it up with like a plummy or a purple family and it'll take on an incredibly different vibe. I really wish Makeup Geek would do kind of like a dupe of Plum dressing because that was one of my favorites from MAC. It's a great sort of matte satin velvety kind of color. So it goes on pretty much as metallic as you want it to, depending on what shadows you stick it with. And it's also really great for the outer corner. So just different kind of ideas. If you're not a pink person, there's still hope for you with Makeup Geek's Cosmo. Today I'm actually wearing this one, Glamorous. I forget the name of it because the name doesn't like grab me or stick with me, but Glamorous is such a glamorous sheen of a gold color. It's absolutely stunning. I highly recommend it. It's just such gold perfection. And that's pretty much what's all over my lid, and in my inner corner is Shimma Shimma. But I did actually take the inner corner color a little further into the lid than I normally do. On my brow bone is actually Lit Cosmetics pencil. It's their sort of creamy kind of pencil that's supposed to help their neon glitters pop. But I never use it for that. I always just use it because it's a really nice soft white color. But that's probably the poppiest, most intense brow bone color I've done in a while. Now, if you're looking for a little bit more of a dazzling shade, mind you that these are not their newest of the new because I haven't purchased for Makeup Geek in a while. But if you are looking for something a little bit more dazzly, I would highly recommend checking out Razzle Dazzle. And Simply Marlena is a really great color that you can play around with and create looks with both purples, pinks, and it's even a great summertime color with neutrals. So you can really make it as loud or as understated as you want. And it looks very similar to the pink from the Barbie Mac collection, but that was eons ago. So I know there's a whole new generation on YouTube that never saw the Barbie collection. So if you're in that sort of genre, the Barbie collection was just really fun and had some wearable springtime shades with a lot of pinks and a lot of greens, pretty much. Is Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara? This mascara could not be more on the mark when it comes to giving you fluffy, flirty eyelashes. In fact, I think I've been on a huge kick for probably almost 2 years now, where I wanted to wear false lashes nonstop. That was my go-to, was false lashes. I could have walked out of the house with no eyeshadow and I just needed false lashes. In my opinion, that's not really the best look unless you have a really dressed up, my face but better type of look. Otherwise, if it's just kind of slapped on, it looks really ridiculous. But a really great mascara, to me, never looks ridiculous. It always looks spot on, regardless of the length of your lashes. Now, if you're somebody who does suffer from really short lashes, I still think that you'll really like this because it will deepen your lash color and add a little bit more flutter and a little bit more volume. If you're somebody who never got into lashes but isn't really blessed with long lashes, this paired with just an outer corner extension would just be phenomenal, because once again, that dimension is surely added with eyeliner and a lot of really great mascara. This is, to me, worth the money. I hate spending $23 on mascara now that I moved out of California and I'm still trying to pay off my furniture, but this is just such a good rediscover. I bite the bullet when it comes to my mascara. Another one of my favorites is the Too Faced Born This Way foundation. Now, I just picked up one of the new shades. They just made it a little bit more versatile by adding lights and adding darks. It is quintessential to have your correct shade of foundation no matter what color you are. This is easier said than done. If you're really pale, you are on the small end of the spectrum of people. Medium to dark skin tones are actually much more common. There's a lot more ethnicities out there with medium to dark skin tones. That doesn't necessarily mean the foundation companies grasp that. So they're more likely to launch a ton of porcelain shades because these do sell out. There are actually a lot of people that buy porcelain foundations, whether that's their color they should be buying or not. This color is a little bit more yellow than I am, just to kind of put it out there, but it does blend really well with the rest of my skin. It doesn't have a line of demarcation like the vanilla did. The vanilla, to me, had an obvious line of demarcation, and I really worked to blend it out, and I made it work with the right contours and the right blushes and everything like that. But I feel free using porcelain now because I feel like I don't need to rely on blending and sculpting and all that stuff to look like I'm the right color, basically. Now this is a little bit yellow, so if I do happen to get a little bit more pale, hopefully not, because I don't want to look too washed out, but I will be getting snow. I will be very honest with myself and get the right bottle of foundation because it's just so much more flattering. I have had a few people come up to me in person and ask me, you look paler, are you feeling okay, are you sick? I'm like, no, I'm just, for once in a few months, using the right shade of foundation. These bottles last a long time, so for a very long time I had the very wrong foundation. So is this bottle worth your money? Yes, I mean, absolutely. I probably had my first bottle of Too Faced Born This Way for 3 months. Now in California, I don't know if it was the air or something, but my skin was a lot more red. When I lived in California, my skin's a lot more clear and fresh, and out here it could just be the temperature, the weather. Maybe this is more agreeable for me, the weather-wise. I'm pretty sure there's less pollutants in the air out here versus an industrial place like California, but I don't need as much high coverage. and I use a lot less foundation. So yes, a bottle lasts me now 3 months instead of, you know, one every month. So in the long run, I will be saving, I guess, so I can kind of be like, you know, it's worth it to buy a high-end foundation, especially because my favorite drugstore one is Physicians Formula. It's already $15. I feel if I buy a bottle of the Physicians Formula once a month, that's $15. So in 3 months, I could spend $40 or I could spend $15 every month. So I would have already gone over my total by $5. So in the long run, I'm actually saving $5 and wearing the foundation I prefer. And I know I mentioned that this was probably my least favorite Too Faced blush as far as color goes, but I have fallen in love with it. And I think it's because, once again, my foundation shade dropped down, and I feel like this looks perfectly pigmented on very porcelain skin. And it is the Too Faced Sweethearts Perfect Flush Blush. And I'm wearing it now. I've pretty much been wearing it all week and I enjoy it. I think it's like the perfect natural flush. I never feel like I'm wearing too much blush. It's either that or I got a lot more plain Jane, or I feel like it's more youthful. But I love the natural iridescence it gives without it actually being iridescent. It's sheeny without being shiny. It's shimmery without being glittery. It's nice. So I've really been enjoying this. It's like it's a perfectly baked blush, which is the idea. Since we are on the highlighter kick, the highlighter train, everybody loves a good highlighter, and my favorite is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder in Diffused Light. And I think another reason I fell back in love with this is because, well, it shows up really well on very light foundation. This tends to blend into medium foundation, and I think I was even back in California using it a handful of times as a face powder just to get it out of my stash. Sometimes I feel if I have one too many powders and I'm not using it, it's just sitting there, it's taking up space. I will find ways to use it just to get it out of my stash, which I almost wish that I hadn't done that, because I really probably prematurely kicked pan in something that was going to end up working for me. So maybe next time, if it's something really, really nice, I'll just hold on to it and see if it grows on me. But I mean, I've already held on to this, I think, for about, oh God, 2 years. So, you know, it's probably about time to finally use it all up. But I can't wait to try out some of their new ones. I really want to get their new pink one, the Incandescent Light, but I might be getting Brilliant instead. I have to think about that one because I've already seen mixed reviews, especially from one of my good friends here on YouTube, Elise, the Bubblegum Princess. She really does not like the incandescent one, so... but then again, another one of my good people that I love watching, who's very sweet and wonderful to me, Julia from Miss JBM, she commented back to me and mentioned that she really loves it. So it's all just a matter of opinion, but I'll have to kind of think about it. Okay, so moving into lipsticks, one of my huge favorites is the Too Faced Melted Chihuahua. I got this in the Paris set and I'm actually wearing it now. But what I really love about this is that it is kind of following the trend of the brown lipsticks without it being super brown. I find it very wearable. Maybe because I tend to gravitate towards blushes and face powders that look really great on people with yellow skin tones, that maybe I find the brown a little harsh on my skin tone because it just kind of almost seems to zap the natural pink tone out of me altogether. So I feel like this is my happy medium. I do want to try something softer because I'm huge into very, I guess, very neutral lips. But I do need to get out of my box and try something a little bit more pigmented and dark. And I feel like, you know, this is a good brown. I've been a huge fan of brown lipstick since the 90s. So the fact that it's back in and, you know, I'm all for it. Although I never really let brown lipstick leave my life. I've always been, you'll see in little partitions here on YouTube that I kind of do gravitate towards very tan, very nude, very neutral, very brown based nudes rather than pink based nudes. I just find them more, I don't know, appealing to me. I find pinks to be too soft and almost like, I don't know, like a frosted donut on your lips, and I'm not a big fan of that one. Things that I'm really looking forward to in the upcoming months, of course, are going to be the new launch of the ColourPop Satin Lips, and of course the Peanut Butter and Jelly palette from Too Faced, which I plan on getting my hands on if I can do that. And big trends that I'm really excited about are liquid lipsticks, liquid satins I expect to come out in a variety of brands, a lot of brands. I just hope that they're fairly transfer resistant, because I remember when the OCC ones were in style, they were not transfer resistant. They smudged everywhere, and they were incredibly pigmented and colorful and gorgeous, but they smudged everywhere. So I'm hoping they're gonna be great. Okay, so that's it. And for beauty favorites, I'm getting really huge into fashion. I've actually been cheating on my makeup with fashion. I do have a few new outfits from Target. I have this one from Utopia. It's a fun little boutique in the South. That's one thing I love about the South, is all these interesting boutiques that are non-commercialized. So I have this really fun, cool kimono that I'm hugely proud of. This thing cost me 40 bucks, and that is the most money I've spent on fashion in a long time, but I love it. And yeah, besides that and my Alex and Ani's and my new tattoo, I have been cheating on makeup just a little bit. So yeah, this tattoo, La Joie de Vivre, this was the last, I guess, family note my sister wrote me before I moved to Alabama. And I wanted it on my arm. And this is my grandfather's favorite butterfly. So that way I kind of have my family always with me and stuff. So yeah, anyways, I'll see you guys in the next video. Thank you for watching this one. It's been real fun, and look forward to a mini series I have coming right up. I look forward to posting it for you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.